Hello, my name is Dr. Anacleto B. Melendez, the founder of the Beautiful Heart Foundation and the Vice President for Development of the Holy Catholic Church International St. James the Elder Theological Seminary, at the same time, the Director for Outreach Philippines and Outreach Africa. Today, I would like to acknowledge the receipt of complimentary copies of the book entitled Soul Rape, written by Dr. Heward Bruce Ewart. This came all the way from the Loving Healing Press, uh, through the courtesy, of course, of the senior editor, Victor Volkman. Once again, Victor, thank you so much for sending me 15 copies of the book Soul Rape. Now, I would like to go over the book which was sent to me more than 6 months ago by the author himself, Dr. Ewart, or I call him Father Ewart. He dedicated the book here that it says, I am so very proud to call Dr. Anacleto Melendez my dear friend, Father Heward Bruce Ewart. And it is my honor, of course, to have been invited by him before the publication of the book to write the preface, what other people would say about soul rape. So, what people are saying about soul rape. And it happened to be that I am on the top of the list here. And I would quote, after the jolting ride of reading Dr. Heward B. Ewart's book, one thing that comes to mind is that hope remains despite the most despicable forms of abuse. This hope lies in the recognition of a loving God who continues to cause even the most wounded hearts to continue beating. To me, as a physician, the miraculous and beautiful human heart is evidence of God's own existence. A throbbing heart is a ready reminder of God. Soul rape is an eye opener for everybody who hates human suffering. It clearly demonstrates that mental illness is usually the result of being sinned against. We need to stop this cycle of abuse, which is occurring not just often, but virtually all the time, all around this world. The first step is to master the insights of this invaluable book, which is destined to change the face of psychology and theology permanently. So I will be distributing these complimentary books to our friends and associates. I have already started promoting the book in the Philippines in April and May, of course, through our interaction with Dr. Vilma Ramos, a well known nursing educator in the Philippines. In fact, I am reserving one of these books for her and, of course, some other friends there in the Philippines. So I would just like to highlight some of the important sections of the book. Um, First of all, I would recommend this book to healthcare providers, doctors, nurses, counselors, psychologists. You will find this book very useful in your clinical practice because Father Ewart has really laid down the details of different forms of abuse. In fact, there is even a section in the book where you will be guided on how to detect the signs of an abuser, okay? Especially for domestic abuse and even workplace abuse, you know. And of course, there's a section that Father Ewart also discussed about special populations. And he even made references also in the case of the people in the Philippines and the situation in the Philippines. And it says here um, in page 152, and I would read it. Obviously, the United States is not the only nation with a far reaching problem of cultural deprivation. Our church endorses as one of our ministries the Beautiful Heart Foundation, headed by Anacleto B. Melendez, MD. He is a medical missionary to the Philippines, where extreme poverty is rampant. He delivers not only medical care with medicines donated by pharmaceutical companies, but he provides education with a solid spiritual base. Dr. Melendez teaches children and adults how to discover their talents and develop them as a way out of poverty. He has a great talent for instilling initiative. A devoted Catholic, as are most Filipinos, he builds grottos and other places of worship in remote islands. Recently, he established a mission on the very island where the first Christian landed in Asia nearly 500 years ago. Presently, he is working toward offering his ministry to impoverished people in California. So, I would be inviting my friends in the Philippines to keep an eye on the schedule where we will be doing book signing. I will be doing book signing of this beautiful book of Dr. Father Ewart on behalf of him. You know, we will be giving this away, of course, with a suggested donation that will help poor victims of abuse, especially children who've been abused by their own parents, their own siblings, their own mentors, and even their own neighbors. So keep an eye on our schedule. We will do the first one in the community called Eastwood City in Quezon City. So join us as we spread out the word that there is such a beautiful book that was recently published and authored by Dr. Heward Bruce Ewart. Thank you so much.